Hello everyone, thanks for joining me. I hope you're all keeping safe and well. Hollyland Technology have asked me to test their Solidcom C1 headphone system. So I'm now outside with my friend Dave, who's very kindly agreed to help with the test. So Dave is on his way. Hi, and thanks for joining me. This is a wireless intercommunication system. It comes in several different sizes. This is like the 2-person size that I've been sent, but you can buy it in 4, 6 or 8. I'm not actually sure if the 8-person system is still available, as I have noticed they now sell a 9-person one, which is a hub system, which is slightly different. I'm here to test the 2-person variety, so shall we see what is inside the box? And it is a box, look at that. It's quite a sizable package. I must say it is a very nicely crafted box. Let's show you inside. We have 2 headsets, and a nice bag with the Hollyland logo on. We have a charging station for the batteries, a cable for the batteries as well. There's also some stickers here for labelling. If you had a larger set, you could label each individual headset with a number. We also have this section here. I can just get my fingers on the zip. In here is an instruction booklet. All sorts of bits and pieces in here. Oops. So there are 4 batteries. You only actually need to use 2 when you're using the headsets, 1 for each headset, so you have 2 spare that you can carry out with you whilst you're using the system. There are 2 spare earmuffs, I think these are called. And there are 2 sponge ones as well, which is very good. And there's a little tip for the microphone that goes on the end of the microphone. Let's put those to one side for the moment and look inside here. Look at that. Wow, that is neat. Let's have a look at the other one. They are the same, but there is a difference, which I will explain in a minute when I've remembered what it is. The difference is that one is the master headset and one is the remote headset. The red one is the master headset and the blue one is the remote headset. They look remarkably the same. Let's just have a look at this for the moment. So that's it. Obviously with a headset you can wear it either way. There are adjusters. I need to adjust it for me. So you can either wear it this way or obviously the other way. And I gather when you're using the headset, to turn it off you just flip this up. I think like that it somehow automatically turns it off. I think that's how it works. And you can bend this around. You've got an adjustable arm here effectively. On here we've got a plus for the volume and a minus for lowering the volume, and then there's 2 letters A and B. A is used for pairing the 2 headsets together. Once they're paired they have a solid green colour. While they're pairing I think it flashes green and then it turns solid green. The other marking is B, and B is only used if you have a hub system. Let's see how easy it is to put the batteries into the charger. There are 4 batteries in all. They just slot in like this. It's fairly straightforward. So they slot in like that. That's another one. When these are charging up, the indicator light will be orange, and when they're fully charged the light will change to a green colour. That's very neat, isn't it? And it's got a C cable for the connector. This is the battery compartment here. You've got a slider switch here. You slide the switch down and the battery compartment opens. Yes, so it goes in with the name Hollyland to the front to match that. So that slides in like that, and that should lock shut. To switch it on, there's a little toggle switch just here. It's tiny. I had to hunt around to find it. So you switch it on there, the light is green, we can see that now. And I'll switch on this one as well. That's got a green light glowing on it as well. And then we press button A for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that one's flashing, and this one's flashing. I heard it say something. Well, I think they must be paired because the lights have gone solid on both of them, which is good. So from that point of view they are ready for testing. So I need someone to test with, and a friend is going to help me do that. So Dave has agreed to help me.
Hi.
Hi, thanks for doing what you're doing, Dave. First, let me tell you a little bit about them and what use can be made of them. They have a range of 1100 feet, which is quoted in their guidebook as 350 meters. Actually 1100 feet is only 335 meters, but it gives you the idea that 1100 feet over 300 meters, that's quite a range. Now this type of headset is very useful for group events, team building, that sort of thing, when you're out and about, where you can communicate with each other easily. I've got the two-person system, and I've got this to test from the boater's point of view. And the reason for that is that boaters very often will use walkie-talkies. So when you're boating and there's a crew, at least two of you, let's pretend there's two of you on the boat, and you want to know what's coming up ahead, very often one party will walk forward on the towpath and will communicate with the helmsman using a walkie-talkie. And that's a good way of doing things, particularly useful when you're at a lock or something and you want to report back on the lock, how busy it is it ready, do you need to prepare it, all this sort of thing. So the boater knows exactly what is ahead of him. I've got a walkie-talkie set. I mean, I haven't made much use of it because mainly I'm a sole boater. But I do know walkie-talkie sets can be a nuisance. We do use them at Watford Locks and they're very handy to communicate. The volunteers can communicate amongst themselves. One of the difficulties I find when you do use a walkie-talkie is that anyone around you can overhear what's being said. With these, of course, no one can hear what is being said. They can hear you speaking, but they can't actually hear what is being said. And one of the difficulties I've always found with walkie-talkies is you've got to press the button, hello, are you there? And then you've got to wait for a response, then you've got to speak, and it's not easy, particularly when the helmsman is on the boat trying to steer the boat and do other things, and you're walking around with your windlass and so forth. A system like this, where you can just, oops, I've put the other one on now, just need to pull these down a bit. They're quite adjustable, there's a good length of adjustment on these. But a system like this, where you're wearing these and you can just talk to each other, is so much easier because your hands free as well. That's the other thing with walkie-talkies. As I'm speaking, I can hear it echoing in my ear, so I'll take those off again. So it's quite a good system. So it's described as a full duplex wireless headset, and the model is Solidcom C1, and it's Hollyland's first true wireless intercom headset. So you're truly free with it on your head. There's no supporting pack or anything else that you need to carry, which I think is very good. Now you can buy the two-person system and add to it, because the handsets are available separately. So you can build up a system, or you can buy a larger system to start with. I've referred to the little booklet, but I've not actually shown it to you. It has a packing list inside, and there are different packing lists depending on what version you buy. Then it explains about product interfaces. There's a quick guide to starting it up and the batteries and so forth. And then there is a list of parameters. My interest is in knowing that it works and that it will do what you want it to do, and it will do it well. So I think we should really get out and give it a test, because that's what we want to know, isn't it? We want to see it in action with one of my real live tests. So I'm now outside with my friend Dave, who's very kindly agreed to help with the test. So many thanks for doing that.
No problem.
It's not a very good day, as you can see. It's rather cloudy. We had hoped for better weather. Unfortunately, unlike me, Dave has to work, so we can't always fit it in with the good weather. But it's great that we have managed to get together. We've got something interesting lined up for you in the way we're going about the test. So see what you think. Dave is going to move around the marina and go to the far side, a distance of 1161 feet or 354 metres, assessed by using Ordnance Survey mapping, and a slightly longer distance than the quoted line of sight of 1100 feet. So we're just getting ready to go now. Right, when you're ready, off you go. So Dave is on his way. He did tell me the name of the wheel, but I can't remember. The one wheel. Yes, I can hear the wind. It is rather a windy day. Yeah, I can still hear you. Yeah, I can see you. You're going well. I'm just going to zoom in a bit more. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, you're a good way away now. Very good way away. Yeah, excellent. Slight hiccup there.
I can hear you fine though still.
Just need to keep an eye on the drone.
Very near.
Oh yeah. Getting the slight hiccup now. I can hear you actually. Excellent. What I should have said to everyone at the start was the distance we've gone is about 1,000 feet. In fact, I think it's about 1,100 feet to the back of the green where Dave is now standing. So I'm just going to move the drone up towards him so we can see him. So he's a long way away. A long way away. I'm just going to hold that there. I'm going to turn the camera around now. You can see the distance that Dave is away. Let's see if I can zoom in on him while I'm filming. But there he is. Do you want to wave to us, Dave? That's good. Very good. Excellent. Do you want to come back? See how it works coming back? That's wonderful. Thank you. So Dave's on his way back now. As he goes behind the boats, I seem to lose sound from him. Can you speak, Dave? Dave, can you speak to me? Here comes Dave now, he's coming back. I'll just turn this off. Let's see where the little switch is.
Front.
Well, that went fairly well. The outward trip was particularly good. In the distance, obviously I had the office building between me and Dave, and it did falter a bit. But generally on the outward trip, I could hear him all the time, with a few falterings where we didn't have a direct line of sight. But you could hear me okay?
Yeah, it's absolutely clear as a bell.
Excellent.
Really,
Excellent.
really good.
Yeah,
very, very good.
So we're quite impressed with that.
I just want to explain what we're doing. We're testing this to its full limit line of sight distance of 1100 feet. When Dave went out, he was wearing the headphone like this, with the transmitter receiver on this side. So when he passed behind the boats, he was side on to me, and it was this side that was transmitting to me. When he turned round to come back, this side was away from me and we lost the signal. So he's gone out now to do it again with the headphone the other way around. So the headphone he's wearing like this. And what we actually found is when he went behind the boats on this next occasion, that the signal was lost because this was further away from me on the wrong side effectively. So the position of this at that distance was relevant to the quality of sound or whether we could actually pick up. The other interruptions we had were because of the buildings in the way. I'm in an elevated position, but with regards to Dave, we were looking down on him from above using the drone. But the office buildings are interrupting the line of sight sort of view.
Dave is going to go round again now. We're going to keep in contact and I'll report as to how we're getting on. So when you're ready, Dave.
Okay.
So it's just going off now. So basically what Dave has done, he's put the headset on the other way around because we think it's the position of the receiver or the transmitter, I'm not sure which, that is affecting the sound. Because when he went out, I could hear him nearly clearly all the way around, but when he came back, he got to a point where we did lose contact. So we're going to try and find out whether that is the reason, and that with the headset the other way, contact may not be lost in quite the same way. So we're still chatting. I can't. No, I can hear you well. I can hear you well. Dave's just passing the office. I can still see him. Yep, containers. He's past the containers. Sound quality is very good. It's beginning to rain, which is a shame. I can't wear my hat while we're testing because this is. But yeah, Dave, are you still there? No, I've lost him. I have lost him again for the moment. It's getting very cold and wet now. It is raining. There's water on the lens. He's running up to greet me, and he's just about to come now. So here he is. Thanks, Dave.
No worries.
So yeah, it is a line of sight issue. But we have established that for 1,000 feet it does work, and it works very well indeed. So we're going to go and have a cup of coffee and we'll catch up with you a little bit later.
Great
Thanks
stuff.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I think as soon as you take the headset out of the box and look at its quality, you appreciate what you're holding. It's really beautifully crafted. It's very comfortable to wear.
You can adjust both the earpieces, as it were, on either side of the head. You can wear it this way or the other way if you want to wear it that way. The microphone turns off automatically by pushing that up, which is very handy, and it's so simple to use. You literally switch it on and it's ready to go. I've spoken about the batteries. It takes 2.5 hours to charge a battery. The runtime on the master headset is about 5 hours, and the remote headset should last for up to 10 hours. And you are provided with spare batteries as well, one for each set, which is very handy. The headset weighs 168 grams, and it certainly feels very light when I wear it. The active range distance is quoted as 1100 feet. You have seen live testing of the headsets at a distance in excess of that quoted of 1100 feet, just slightly in excess, and it worked exceptionally well. We did have a few hiccups when the line of sight was interrupted, but I could talk to Dave on the other side of the marina and I think that's quite something. So I'm very pleased to recommend this to anyone that is thinking of buying a set like this. I've already mentioned the build quality is superb, the clarity is superb, the presentation of the whole package is superb. There's not much more I can say about it. It is so simple to use. Take it out the package, adjust it for your own head, switch it on, and you're away. Easy. Easy. And it's just a wonderful piece of kit to have, and a very useful piece of kit. That's the important thing, particularly for boaters, to get rid of the old walkie-talkies. This is a far better system for communicating between two people when one is working the boat and one is working the locks or going ahead. I have put a link below, and that link will appear also in the description of the video. And as you're probably wondering, do I get to keep the product? Yes, I do. And I'm recommending it on the basis of the test that you've seen me conduct. And there is no doubt it worked very, very well indeed. The only thing I haven't mentioned is the price. And the two set costs £498. And individually headsets can be purchased for £249. And they're definitely well worth it. You will not be disappointed if you buy the Solidcom C1 headsets. Fantastic piece of kit, and I strongly recommend them. I'd like to thank Hollyland Technology for giving me the opportunity to test the headsets and congratulate them on their 10th anniversary and send them my very best wishes for the future. I'd also like to thank you, the viewer, for watching. If you have any observations, please leave them in the comments and I will try and respond as I usually do. Meanwhile, many thanks for watching. Look after yourselves, your friends and families. Take the utmost care. Until next time, you know what's coming, don't you? Bye for now. That didn't go very well, did it? Bye for now. Bye everyone. Take care.